You receive loot, carapace fragment. You receive loot, unusable fragment. You receive loot, bismuth X3.
Discovered Cena's Yearning, 1,395 experience gained.
General Steel Strike says, halt, Farin. We secure the village, then rescue the captives.
Farin. I don't care if Steel Strike thinks I'm reckless. I don't care if I get hurt. I can't let my people die. We've lost too many already. To Nerubians, to Kabis, to the shadows themselves. There's hardly any of us left. How long until there are none?
Farin says, they'll be dead by then.
Farin. Farin's hells. Horrible, violent, A&D. Stinky creatures. They've plagued us since the moment we arrived in Hellfall. We've tried to figure out how intelligent they are. Could we parley for a peace? But every scholar we've sent to study how to communicate with them has ended up dead. Usually, dead and even. And worse, they seem to wield some kind of necromancy. As if eating us wasn't enough, sometimes they chose to dishonor the memory of our allies even further by raising them to fight against us. I have no idea how they choose which of us to eat and which of us to raise. Raise the strongest, eat the plumpest? It churns my stomach to contemplate these things. Farin. I don't care if Steel Strike thinks I'm reckless. I don't care if I get hurt. The Kabis have already been dragging innocent villagers to the shore. They'll drown them and eat them. We have to save them. Farin. I don't care if Steel Strike thinks I'm reckless. I don't care if I get hurt. Tricks of the dark. Kabis lurk in the shallows of murky water and snatch any who come near, faster than a viper. And that's just when they hunt alone. In numbers, they are a swarm to be reckoned with. They've been a plague on our outskirt villages since the day we arrived. They eat victims alive, given the chance. We must rescue the villagers that have already been dragged to the water. Rescue 5 Arati captives. Quest accepted. Tricks of the dark. Discovered Sunless Strand, 1,395 experience gained.
Arathi captive says, may the flame light your path, my hero. You receive loot, store arched leather. You receive loot, gasping fish.
Gasping plea. A gasping, pathetic-looking fish taken from the corpse of a Kabis flops sweetly in your hand. Its beady eye twitches, and you suddenly hear a breathless voice in the recesses of your mind. The water. Take me to the water. Away from these Kabis riches. Away from the sky.
You loot 2 gold, 21 silver, 41 copper. Arathi captive says, may the flame light your path, my hero. You loot 23 silver, 84 copper. You receive loot, store arched leather X2. The beast sizes you up, then flees. You receive loot, store arched leather.
These things can't really hurt me anymore. I need to buy Phalanx. Phalanx is something I have to buy. I totally spaced that one too. Damn it.
Deepwater Copper says, violence. You loot 70 silver, 48 copper. You receive loot, store arched leather X2. The beast sizes you up, then flees. Arathi captive says, I thought I was done for. Thank you. Arathi captive says, I thought I was done for. Thank you. The beast sizes you up, then flees. You receive loot, moth-ridden slippers. You loot 2 gold, 78 silver, 92 copper. You loot 2 gold, 25 silver, 69 copper. The beast nuzzles you gratefully. You receive loot, distressed jerkin. You loot 3 gold, 31 silver, 45 copper. The beast nuzzles you gratefully. The fish gulps down salt water to regain its breath and then turns to look at you with intelligent eyes. I live, thanks to you. The shade of these rocks suits me nicely for the work to be done. Allow me to repay your selfless gesture. Peculiar fish. A sharp intelligence in the fish's eyes betrays the idea that it is in any way ordinary. Tidal charms. When the fish speaks, its lips do not move. You hear its voice in your head. No doubt you have found that your senses cannot be trusted when dealing with the cobbers. A tremendous power, is it not? It is only fair that you show them the power they wield is not theirs alone. I will show you how to craft a tool to lure and destroy them. You will find their kind carry shards taken from the deep. Bring them to me. Collect 12 sunless shards from the cobbers at Sunless Strand.
Quest accepted. Tidal charms.
Peculiar fish. A sharp intelligence in the voices from the deep. To deceive the senses of...
Quest accepted. Voices from the deep.
Arathai captive says, there are others to save. Hurry. You receive loot, pale gills. You loot 8 gold, 16 silver, 57 copper. You sense a nearby Skiriding GLYPH.
Acarite.
You have made a new discovery. Right.
It looks awesome.
You
I
receive
think
loot,
I think
texture.
mining was the right thing to do, definitely.
Thank you, Skycatlive. These people are badly hurt.
Experience gained. 11,150.
Anduin WRYNN.
Fickle fiendish fish. Judging by the glint in your eye, you wish to join Faerun in this madness. To push into the Kabi's waters? In the darkness. You are a fool with a death wish. Take as many of those damnable fish out as you can, before they drag you into the depths for their dinner. Kill 13 Kabi's invaders. Quest accepted. Fickle fiendish fish.
General Steel Strike says, soldiers, with me.
Ooh, I'm about to ding again. About to be
Arathai
76.
Fisher says, help. I need.
And then I
Marion
can
says, I'm
then
not
I
fighting
can
a dealer.
steer
Anduin,
my my
You
dragon
loot 1 gold,
thing.
40 silver, 62
And I
copper.
can like fuck everything
Anduin
up.
WRYNN says, not with the light. But I know first aid. Awakener Cobus says, devour me. Faerun nods to you and Anduin. You loot 1 gold, 79 silver, 9 copper. You loot 2 gold, 77 silver, 58 copper. The beast hisses angrily as it flees. The beast hisses angrily as it flees. Deepwater Cobus says, meat. Deepwater Cobus says, devour me. You receive loot, pale gills. You receive loot, basically beefs 3. You loot 2 gold, 53 silver, 87 copper. You receive loot, store Akash lever X2. You loot 4 gold, 78 silver, 8 copper. You loot 1 gold, 71 silver, 74 copper. You receive loot, pale gills. You receive loot, basically beef. You loot 2 gold, 75 silver, 98 copper. Awakener Cobus says, raise me. You loot 1 gold, 49 silver, 89 copper.
Oops.
You receive loot, Keen Fang. You receive loot, pale gills. You receive loot, basically beefs 2. You receive loot, store a charged leather X2. Awakener Cobus says, raise me. Deepwater Cobus says, raise me. You receive loot, Spinner's Amulet of the Harmonious. You loot 3 gold, 2 silver, 69 copper. These foes are relentless. Arapai Fisher says, you have our back.
Experience gain. Therein. I don't care if steel Blades of the Irati. Quest accepted. Blades of the Irati.
Arapai Fisher says, if more of those fishy bastards try to up my leg, I can't eat. You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH. General Steel Strike says, so you live. Is faring well. You loot 3 gold, 4 silver, 66 copper. You loot 1 gold, 49 silver, 84 copper.
Something's fishy. So you outsiders and Faerun managed to both survive and save the villagers at the beach? Steel Strike breathes a quick prayer in relief. We're in trouble, here. The Cobbies brought some of their strongest forces to the doorsteps of villagers. We have our hands full just holding the line. If you can take out those monsters, we might be able to turn the tide. Slay Deep Sludger, the abominable wave crasher, and Tide Lord Teeth Wretch and Cena's yearning. Quest accepted. Something's fishy.
General Steel Strike says, the Arapai will fight so long as the light is with us. Destroy those monsters.
In this video, I'll be going over what I think are the performance, so the lower the better, and honestly shadows, having nice shadows doesn't really bug me that much. Same thing with liquid detail, it's another FPS up, so just throw this down below. Particle density, this one is just for spell effects and fire and things like that. I have mine set to fair, just because I still kind of like to see some things, especially for visual wise and mythic plus and boss abilities, things like that. SSAO, I would just turn this off. It's mainly just for like lighting and stuff like that.
You receive loot,
And,
Bismuth X5.
it's another FPS hog, so just turn this off. Depth effects, this one is just another FPS hog. It's more for just making your game look really pretty. We don't need it, so compute effects, again, another one of these like things
You receive
that
loot,
just
unidentified viscous substance.
makes your game look really pretty, like volumetric fog, things like that. We don't need it, so turn it off. Outline mode, this one just really depends on what you want to do. It's personal preference. I just go with good. Texture resolution, I have mine set to high, mainly because it's honestly, this one doesn't really affect your FPS that much. It definitely does a little bit, so like high is definitely gonna, you know, be worse on your computer than like fair or low, but not by much. And better resolution on your textures, the game's gonna look better. So I just have mine set to high. Spell density, I have mine set to some, so that way I can still see spells that, you know, I need to, you know, get out of for mechanics, like, you know, standing in fire, things like that. And when it's set to some, when you're, you know, in a raid,
Decrease of copper says, devour me.
you're not going to be.
You loot 1 gold,
in a,
19 silver, 8 copper.
some kind of raid with just like
You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH.
kind of flashing your screens.
When we first encountered the
That's why I
Cobbies,
have mine
there were
set
those
to
among us who
some.
tried to establish peace with them.
Projected textures, I always have mine set to enabled because
When we first encountered the
my
Cobbies,
computer
there were
can
those
take
among
it.
us who tried.
If you guys have a, you know, a weaker computer, I would recommend maybe turning this off.
Arathine Knight says, together.
I'd leave mine on.
Arathine Knight
And then
says,
for
to
view
arms.
distance,
We will protect our homes.
I have mine set to 4, so obviously, you know, flying around on my dragon, it's obviously the game's not going to look that great. It's going to be like I'm, you know, playing in like a fog of war kind of thing. But it doesn't really bug me that much, so I always have mine set to 4. And this one here, honestly, I think view distance, if there is one single setting you can change to affect your FPS, it's view distance. So if you're struggling to get FPS, I would definitely start cranking this down pretty quick. And then environmental detail and ground clutter are kind of just like, you know, they're the things that kind of like show, you know, how many rocks or stones are on the ground, how many blades of grass you're going to be seeing. So I always have these turned down to 1.
You have made a new discovery.
anyways,
Easy minded
just
ride.
because, you know,
You
for
receive loot, hatchery text 2.
quests where you gotta like
You receive currency, Casalga mining knowledge X1.
having less stuff on the ground to hide those kind of items to click on is a lot nicer. And then for raid graphics quality, I just have this turned off because I think the settings I use are good for, you know, raiding as well. So this is for like, let's say the settings we use here aren't good enough and you're still kind of getting lower FPS inside the raid, then you would check this and just crank this down all the way to 1. Triple buffering, turn this off. Texture filtering, again, I've got I wouldn't say I have a high-end PC, I've got like a mid to high-ish kind of PC, so I always have my texture filtering set to 16x. However, you might want to go down to 4. Ray trace shadows, turn this off. This is probably this is a really bad thing to have in the game. I mean, it makes everything look really nice, but it's gonna truck your FPS so bad. So keep this off. Ambient occlusion. I just go with fidelity. This one, I feel like I have better FPS with this over this. So remember when I said earlier where we had the render scale set to 98%? We're doing that because down here, the resample quality, we're using the super resolution 1.9. Basically, it's this new technology that's basically going to upscale our game back up to 100% resolution, and it's actually going to be
You loot 74 silver,
it's
21
actually
copper.
easier on our FPS than having this set to 100. I don't know why, but that's just easier on our FPS, and it's actually going to be easier on our FPS technology level quality. We're using the super resolution 1.0. Basically, it's this new technology that's basically going to upscale our game back up to 100% resolution, and it's actually going to be it's actually easier on our FPS than having this set to 100. I don't know why, but that's just how it works. So VRS mode, have that turned off. Graphics API, DirectX 12. Physical interactions, this is for things like your character walking through like a bush or some leaves and things like that. I always just have it for my player, so that way NPCs and things like that aren't going to be causing that, because I think if you have a lot of movement, that actually kind of hurts your FPS. And then down here, graphics card, just as I said, your graphics card.
Alpine Knight says,
Max
stand strong in the light.
foreground, keep this toggle off. Max background, I have this set to 30 FPS, so basically what this means is like, if you alt-tab, your game's going to be running at 30 FPS instead of like 100 something, like normal.
You receive loot, rotting
Just
bones.
a little bit easier on your...
Cobblers Fighter says, meat.
And then for target FPS, you want to have this set to a maximum of about whatever your computer's monitor refresh
You loot 3
rate
gold,
is.
1 silver, 57 copper.
Just because it makes things a little bit easier, and I think it actually helps reduce with screen time and things like that. And then resample sharpness, I go with 0.2, contrast and brightness, 50%, and then gamma 1. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys got something out of this, because I personally, after changing my settings, got an extra 20 FPS on average. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it,
You loot 2
leave a
gold,
like
11
and
silver,
subscribe
19
if
copper.
you haven't already. And with that, I'll see you guys later.
Pre-patch is well underway and the expansion War Within comes out in about a week. So a lot of new players are coming to the game, and I wanted to refresh a lot of the videos I had that are on like timeless things such as set.
Thanks. But this is where the real secret begins. Over the years, I've been asked countless times, why does my game look so smooth on screen? By the way, you can check the FPS counter on the bottom right. And why does it seem way easier to see and to react to game mechanics in my footage? And so today I'm going to let you in on my secret to achieving that buttery smooth high FPS gameplay while keeping everything important like AoE, boss mechanics, projectiles super clear and easy to see. Now the magic trick is knowing directly,
Copper. Arathai Farmer says, together. Arathai Knight says, to arms. We will protect our homes. Arathai Farmer says, to arms. We will protect our homes. You sense a nearby skirting GLYPH. You receive loot, Bismuth X3. You receive loot, Bismuth X3. You receive loot, unidentified viscous substance. You sense a nearby skirriding GLYPH. You receive loot, elongated proboscis. You receive loot, bloom chitin.
Bloom chitin.
You receive loot, spiraled horn. The ground of Duskrise acreage trembles violently. Something stirs beneath the surface. You receive loot, spiraled horn. You receive loot, store arched leather X2. You receive loot, home bone shards X2. You receive loot, store arched leather. You loot 1 gold, 97 silver, 32 copper. General Steel Strike says, I'm glad you're all right, Farron. Now stop and take a breath for once. You loot 1 gold, 39 silver, 9 copper.
Every Roddy has killed more cobbies than I care to count. We've also lost more Roddy to cobbies than I want to count. I don't know what underwater tavern they hail from, but I shudder to think of it. Something's fishy completed. Experience gained, 13,950. Receive 46 gold, 80 silver.
You receive loot, Deep Dweller's shoulder pads of the Fever Flare. You loot 1 gold, 63 silver, 2 copper.
Farron. I don't care if Steel Strike thinks I'm reckless. I don't care if I get hurt. I can't let my people... Farron. I don't... The Arati are strong. Proud. The cobbies may be vile, but they will not win this day.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It's a mace. Well, it's like the best weapon.
New hero talent point. Congratulations, you have reached level 76. Blades of the Arati completed. Experience gained, 11,150. Receive 23 gold, 40 silver.
Oh, I dinged,
You
yes.
receive item, Lamplighter's Torch. Farron says, a wave of shadow. What just happened?
Oh my god, deep breath just double damaged.
Farron. I don't care if Steel Strike thinks I'm reckless. I don't care if I get hurt. I can't... Shadow upon shadow. Farron's wide eyes dart around in surprise. What just happened? Did you see that shadow? And the oil well, it's gone dark?
Deep Freezer Cobus says, devour me. You loot 2 gold, 4 silver, 18 copper.
Farron. I don't care if Steel Strike thinks I'm reckless. I don't care if I get hurt. I can't let my people die. Shadow upon shadow. Quest accepted. Shadow upon shadow.
Farron says, those shadows came from the Dawn Tower. You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH. General Steel Strike says, Farron, wait. We must withdraw to Mirelda. Farron Lothar says, the tower.
Farron Lothar. Farron stares at the tower in the distance, a strange, flickering light reflecting in her eyes. The tower.
The Dawn Tower! What is happening to it? Alric! She's...
The Harbinger has whispered to me of your arrival. And your failure at Dalaran.
Where is your master?
Discovered Cliffside Beacon. 1,415 experience gained.
Farron Lothar says, no, the Sacred Flame. What has Ulrich and his cult done? Ulrich Windrunner says, I don't know, but they claim allegiance to Zalatath. And so their lives are forfeit.
Cool.
Cousin Slowhands says, two theories when arguing with Yak. Neither one works.
The fear and shame of these people lingers in the air like a fog.
Mystic Birded says, I am Yak.
The darkened flame. This. Quest accepted. The darkened flame.
Farron Lothar says, the flame is corrupted. Can we restore it?
Farron Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Farron Lothar. Ulrich was one of us, a lamplighter. For years, he worked with us to keep the Dun Towers lit and the people of Hallowfall safe. We all trusted him. He fought with us, we'd save people from the darkness together. Then he betrayed the Irati, and everything the Lamplighters stand for. He ambushed my friend Andari, and leads the Order of Night, who caused the breach here and all these deaths. I'm still not sure. Was he ever good? Did he plan that from the start? I don't know anyone more terrible. No one even comes close.
Farin Lothar says, this, Shadow. It's too much. Ulria Windrana says, Anduin, help her. Call upon the light once more. Farin glances at Anduin in surprise. Anduin WRYNN says, I. Anduin WRYNN says, no I can't. There must be another way.
Alleria Windrunner.
Anduin WRYNN. Anduin stares into the dark flames.
Kelthur here then. The wounds on the body form a ritualistic pattern. Kelthur here then. The wounds on the body.
You receive loot, darkened residue. Order of Night Journal. The journal is heavily scratched out and torn up. Few segments remain. To Bitter. I'm leaving. I'm tired. I don't expect you to understand. The Order of Night gathers strength. They hide in caves, in towns, and linger with our greatest enemies. They even have a base beneath one of their precious towers. The army has no idea. The light has made us all blind. Not me. Not anymore. What have we fought for this whole time? Why are we here? Does Belida even know we exist? Does it love us for our devotion? Or does it hate us for holding it back? What if its true form is darkness? We've toiled in the light for years. What good has it done? We die. Picked off in the shadows, one by one. Perhaps we should listen to what Belida is trying to tell us. There's comfort in the shadows. I'm tired, Tabitha. I know what this means. I know we will end up hurting our own. Hurting you. I'm not sorry.
Farin Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Does light give way to darkness so easily?
Farin Lothar says, a cave. Could they still be nearby, continuing to corrupt the flame?
Farin Lothar. So, they killed Kelthur, too? Farin squeezes her eyes shut and mouths a prayer and a curse at the same time. We'll make sure he gets a proper funeral. The Order of Night will pay for this. We sealed off Gloomcrag, the nearby cave, years ago. They must have dug their way in so they could target this Dun Tower. How long have they been planning this? How long has the Order of Night been among our ranks? The darkened flame, Farin Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Does light give way to darkness so easily? Experience gained, ever deeper shadow. When I reached for the flame, I felt the overwhelming hopelessness and despair that had been poured into it. It pains me, but my light alone is not enough to banish these shadows. And so, we take a more direct path. If the remaining cultists have withdrawn to Gloomcrag Bower, their combined power must be what's keeping the flame dark. We must stop them before this darkness spreads. Slay 10 Order of Night cultists in the cave beneath the cliffside beacon. Received 11 gold, 70 silver. Quest accepted. Ever deeper shadow.
Ulria Windrunner yells, look out. Anduin WRYNN says, what are those things? They hardly seem real. Ulria Windrunner says, a trick of the shadow. I will deal with them. You all go ahead. Anduin nods.
Discovered Bloom Crag Power. 1,415 experience gained.
You loot 1 gold, 74 silver, 77 copper. You loot 20 silver, 20 copper. You loot 55 silver, 28 copper. You receive loot, Deep Dweller's Cal of the Quick Blade. You receive loot, Darkened Residue. You loot 82 silver, 87 copper. You loot 2 gold, 74 silver, 27 copper. You loot 1 gold, 90 silver, 14 copper. You receive loot, Distress Belt. You receive loot, Darkened Residues 2. You loot 3 gold, 8 silver, 68 copper. Blooming Disciple says, the Harbinger comes. Blooming Disciple says, the Harbinger comes. You loot 7 gold, 15 silver, 3 copper. Blooming Belligerent says, I held back, the shadows. You loot 2 gold, 50 silver, 39 copper. Blooming Belligerent says, the shadow abandoned me. You receive loot, Expeditionary Epaulettes of the Harmonious. You receive loot, Charged Fragments 3. You receive loot, Darkened Residues 3. You loot 5 gold, 91 silver, 73 copper. You loot 1 gold, 37 silver, 88 copper. Blooming Belligerent says, Renelash approaches. Blooming Belligerent says, you won't live to see Renelash. You loot 4 gold, 56 silver, 75 copper. You receive loot, Radiant Remnants 3. You receive loot, Crumpled Patrol Assignment. You receive loot, Cavitweller's Delight X2. You receive currency, Resonance Crystals X5.
I like being able to control my dragons. Good.
You loot 2 gold, 3 silver, 92 copper. You loot 1 gold, 32 copper. Farin Logar says, quickly, Skycatlive. Ilric is nowhere to be found, but these traitors are wielding powerful darkness up ahead.
The final resistance. Farin speaks in a hushed, furious whisper. Good work. But before we can leave, there's something else. Down this way are some powerful priests. I think they are summoning something big. No doubt to strike at us above and drive us from the tower itself. It will be dangerous, but we must stop them. Are you with me? Destroy the Shadow Rift. Experience gained, 11,300. Ever deeper shadow completed. Received 23 gold, 40 silver. Quest accepted. The final resistance.
Farin Logar says, if we stop that ritual, I should be able to cleanse the flame.
Male shoulders, they're an upgrade.
Expeditionary epaulets has been added to your appearance collection.
Light be my...
Farin Logar yells, stand strong. The darkness won't take us today. Anduin WRYNN. We have to get out. There must be a way.
Farin's eyes are dark with weariness. The light at the end of the tunnel. Quest accepted. The light at the end of the tunnel.
Anduin WRYNN says, more shadows. We're trapped in here, aren't we? Anduin WRYNN says, it doesn't matter. I'm no longer worthy of it. Farin Logar says, no. We're not giving up here. Farin frowns. Farin Logar says, let's go. We can do this if we stick together. You receive loot, darkened residues too. You receive loot, charged fragments.
Wait, I'm wearing a torch or...
Anduin WRYNN says, the light shines through you, but what if it goes out? What if you fail your people? Farin Logar says, you think I've never failed? I've never made mistakes. Farin Logar says, I was never even supposed to be in Hallowfall. I stowed away to escape a family that only ever saw me as a failure. You receive loot, darkened residues too. You receive loot, charged fragments. Farin Logar says, was it a mistake? I lost an eye and an arm for it. Does that make me unworthy of the light? Farin Logar says, I regret nothing. I keep fighting because in the darkness, it's all we can do. I can't give up. It's not in my nature. Farin Logar says, and I don't think it's in yours, either. You receive loot, Expeditionary Chopper of the Aurora. You receive loot, Spinner's Amulet of the Fire Flash. You receive loot, Darkened Residues 3. Farin Logar says, enjoyed hurting people, or no longer being able to agonize over every thought and action. Farin Logar says, having doubt, making mistakes, none of these make you unworthy, Anduin. They light your path forward. Anduin looks surprised, but thoughtful. Andwin WRYNN says, the entrance, it's gone. There really is no way out. Ulria Windrunner says, enough of your illusions, Zalatath. Farin Logar says, the leader's light has returned. Thank you, Ulria.
I'm glad you're safe. I sensed something amiss when those creatures suddenly stopped attacking the tower and disappeared. Polydar shifted on its own shortly after. That was no simple illusion Zalatath trapped you in. I wonder, was I its intended target? You, me, Anjuin, Farin, perhaps she was happy to ensnare any of us. Experience gained, 14,150. Receipt 46 gold, 80 silver. Restore the flame. Do you feel it? Hope, returning? Thank you for your help, Skycatlive. The Dawn Tower's flame remains dark.
Finally, a
I
chess
think we'll be able to
piece.
restore it.
Yes.
Let's meet at the tower. Help Farin restore the holy flame at the cliffside beacon. Restore the flame. Do you feel it? Hope, returning? Thank you for your help, Skycatlive. The Dawn Tower. Quest accepted. Restore the flame.
Andwin WRYNN says, Ulria, we would have been lost without you. Thank you. Ulria Windrunner says, I'm glad you're all safe. Let's end this.
$411.
Azure Flip Perfectly has been added to your pet journal.
You loot 2 gold, 14 silver, 88 copper.
Faerun Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Does light give way to darkness so easily?
Princess prepares a delicious batch of fuses heart.
Join me, please.
You know the light is not with me.
There is no darkness so deep that the light cannot reach us. Just be here with me. Now, breathe. We are the seekers of light. We are the holders of hope. In the very heart of shadow. We are the lamps that guide the way. It's a first step. The rest is just time
Time.
and trust.
Faerun Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Does light give way to darkness so easily? Faerun gives a warm, tired smile. Thank you. Thank the light you all arrived when you did. I'm glad we can help each other. Faerun gives a warm, tired smile. Thank you. Thank the light you all arrived when you did. Faerun Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Does light give way to darkness so easily? Experience gained.
You receive item, chainmail of Seamus Stalwarts. Cousin Slow Hands says, maybe you could roll a barrel.
Oh, I got a new necklace too. Yeah. And a one-hand axe with haste and verse on it.
Expeditionary chopper has been added to your appearance collection. Fair Lothar. So much darkness. How could it come to this? Does light give way to darkness so easily? To Miraldar. We must get to Miraldar and let General Steelstrike know what the Order of Night tried here. Thank the Sacred Flame we stopped them before they could do any worse. Travel to Miraldar and meet with General Steelstrike. Quest accepted. To Miraldar.
Farin Lothar says, we need to return to Mirelda. I need to let the general know what happened here. Elvira Windrunner says, this Order of Night is no mere cult. The harbinger they speak of is Salatath. Elvira Windrunner says, she won't stop. Your people need to be ready. Anduin looks lost in thought.
I love the crystal.
You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH.
Discovered Miraldar. 1,415 experience gained. You feel rested.
General Steelstrike says, Ioric corrupted the Dawn Tower's flame. Ashes take that man, and this harbinger.
Finally, the chance to rest. Alleria Windrunner. I sense Salatath's hand in this dark flame. We may have slowed her down, but she has plans within plans. We need to be on the lookout for her next move. Finally, the chance to rest. Experience gained, 1,400. Received 2 gold, 34 silver.
You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH. You receive currency, resonance crystals X1.
General Steelstrike. You have done us a great service, Skycatlive. I have put the army on high alert for Ulrich. If he moves, we'll know about it. For now though, I think you deserve a break. The Bastion of Halifal. I have to admit, I did not think that the first visitors we'd have in Miraldar would have been outsiders. I thought the Empire. Well, never mind. You have been more than helpful to my people, and that deserves recognition. Miraldar is the Bastion of the Iradi and Halifal. Take some time, rest. Explore Miraldar. Quest accepted, the Bastion of Halifal.
Mereldar.
Farin Lothar says, we should grab some food at the inn while we can. One of the general's rules I happily follow.
Oh, it is another city.
You sense
See,
a
I
nearby
knew
spirit in
it.
GLYPH. Anduin looks meaningfully at Elvira.
There is another city.
Elvira Windrunner says, perhaps a moment's rest is warranted.
Wow.
You gained 2,829 gold, 24 silver, 81 copper. Moth-ridden slippers has been added to your appearance collection. Distress belt has been added to your appearance collection. You gained 79 gold, 61 silver, 59 copper.
Ooh, I have a necklace to sell.
Lamplighter's torch has been added to your appearance collection. You gained 384 gold, 83 silver, 44 copper.
Cousin Slowhand says, I'll update my journal. Farin Logar says, Skycatlive, can you order a round of drinks?
Nail and Iron Song. Nice to meet you. I take it you are the outsider I have been hearing so much about. Miraldar is now your home.
Nieldar? Oh, Mereldar. Mereldar.
You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH. You receive loot, Arifai Craftsman Spoke Shave.
Ooh, skinning knowledge.
You receive currency, Kasalga Skinning Knowledge X3.
Oral Eye Steel Strike. How can I help you? Skycatlive.
Perfect. Or, well, make sure they don't have anything else. No, that's perfect. That's fucking perfect. I'll take it.
Wraps of Depleting Brilliance has been added to your appearance collection.
You receive item, Wraps of Depleting Brilliance.
514.
You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH.
Ugh, camera.
Cousin Slow Hands says, 2 theories when arguing with Yak. Neither one works.
Dereliction of duty. A moment, if you have one. One of my lieutenants, Shin the Creed Pike, did not report in at first bonfire. That may not seem...
Arifai Reserve says, I can see why the general wanted you to spar with us. Well played.
Oralize Steel Strike. How can I help you, Skycatlive?
You sense a nearby spiriting GLYPH. You receive item, Awakened Flagstone. You receive item, Awakened Flagstone. You receive currency, Flagstone is 100. You receive currency, Flagstone is 100.
Nailin Iron Song. Nice to meet you.
You receive item, a round of drinks. Fair in Lothar says, the cats are trained as well as the soldiers are. When one bonds to you, you have a friend for life. Anduin WRYNN says, do you have a lynx? Fair in Lothar says, oh no. No, I am not a cat person.
Fair in Lothar. At some point, Fair in Lothar. I was young when we left, but I have some memories. I remember the parades through the city streets, everyone would be out and cheering as the army walked by. I remember the lynxes in ceremonial armor, resplendent and regal. I remember the park near where I used to live, my parents would take me for walks there, and we'd feed the animals. Most of all though, I remember the feeling of belonging. I remember my family. I remember my friends. Fair in Lothar. I was young when we left. Fair in Lothar. At some point, this city has much to see. It's been good to sit down and breathe for a bit.
God damn it, my tablet shut off again. So annoying. There we go. And then you shut it off. You immediately shut it off. You're so annoying. Yeah. Okay.
Experience gained, 8,500. Alleria Windrunner. You see Alleria scanning the people entering and exiting the inn. Any one of them could be an Order of Night member. Any one of them could have the information I need. Night Watch. Zaladath is using the Order of Night to serve her whims. I overheard some of the Irati complaining about a new wave of propaganda that has been put up around Miraldar. Find what you can and deliver it to General Steel Strike. I'll be there as soon as I can. We need to convince her of the severity of this threat. Collect 8 Order of Night propaganda. Quest accepted. Night Watch.
Ulria Windrunner says, Anduin, we need to talk. Anduin WRYNN says, of course. Farin Lothar says, I need to see Rain about my prosthetics anyway. Let's meet later. You sense a nearby spirit in GLYPH. Grand Bronzebeard says, HRM. So you think the Order of Night has a base near here? And it's filled with treasure. Arathai Citizen says, those shadow-touched fools have littered our area again. We have to do something about this. Mirelda Sentry says, correct. We unfortunately cannot muster a force to go after them just yet. They deal in foul magics.
Farin Lothar. Skycatlive, meet Reen. Our head armorer. She leads the team whose inventions have saved many lives since we landed in Halifal. Reen herself forged my shield. I always enjoy coming here and seeing what new things her team has thought of. Farin Lothar. Skycatlive, meet Reen.
Rain Dawn Cavalier says, Farin, I was inspired last for Leader's Shadow. I designed a new arm prosthetic. I think you will wear this one. Arathai Citizen says, those shadow-touched fools have littered our area again. We have to do something about this. Farin Lothar says, thank you Rain, but the shield you made me is all I need. I'm sure your talents would be better spent on other inventions. Rain Dawn Cavalier says, it's my pleasure to make a new arm you would use, Farin. You told me about the discomfort and how it impacted your mobility. So I was thinking. Farin Lothar says, Rain, no I have lived with my injury since I was a child. I've learned to do everything from sword fighting to dressing myself with one hand. Rain Dawn Cavalier says, but what if I figured out the weight balancing? You said that was what you didn't like about the first few I made. Farin Lothar says, then I think some of our veterans who will lose an arm to the Nerubians will be very grateful that you've improved the design. Farin Lothar says, Rain, I've learned to navigate my life without a prosthetic. I don't want to relearn everything. Farin Lothar says, but if you want to improve something of mine, a better shock absorber on the shield would be a blessing of the flame. Farin Lothar says, those Nerubians are getting bigger and it puts all that weight on the shoulder. Rain Dawn Cavalier says, oh yeah. That's a tough one. Let me sketch out some ideas and get some measurements. I think that'll be an interesting project. Rain Dawn Cavalier says, thanks, Farin. Farin Lothar says, keep up your work. Everyone on the front line appreciates the new kit upgrades. Arathai Citizen says, those shadow-touched fools have littered our area again. We have to do something about this. You sense a nearby skirting GLYPH.
Discovered Day Springfields. 1,415 experience gained.
You receive loot, well-worn Dawning Needle. You receive loot, Radiant Remnant. You receive loot, Crystalline Scourgings 3. You receive loot, Underscout Striders of the Harmonious. You receive currency, Resonance Crystals 3.
Rufus A. Crepare. Outsider, welcome. I have 6 questions to test your knowledge of the RV. The answers to these questions can be found throughout Hall. If you know where to look. Our ancestors used to think of the cosmos in an antiquated way. What way was that? Rufus A. Crepare. Outsider, well.
Grand Bronzebeard says, HRM. So you think the Order of Night has a base near here? And it's filled with treasure. Arathai Citizen says, those shadow-touched fools have littered our area again. We have to do something about this. Mirelda Sentry says, correct. We unfortunately cannot muster a force to go after them just yet. They deal in foul magics. You receive loot, Order of Night propaganda. You receive loot, Order of Night propaganda.
Delves, Nightfall Sanctum. Good to see you again. I've run into a bit of a mess since we last met. Some Peruvian called Zekbert wants the expedition to stop exploring this land. Carjan Fair Life.
You receive loot, Order of Night propaganda. You sense a nearby skirting GLYPH. Arathai citizen says, those shadow-touched fools have littered our area again. We have to do something about this. Shipyard hand says, curse the Order of Night. They have no business sticking their letters on my boat. I'm a good empire-loving Arathai. You receive loot, Order of Night propaganda. You receive loot, devout archaeologist's excavator.
Ooh, mining knowledge. Yeah.
You receive currency, Kasalga mining knowledge X3.
They did something to the server or something. I don't know what it is, but this game is running great. Look, it's like actually spinning at 60 FPS. I've not seen it perform this well in a long time. Oh. Said this is canceled. How is that right? Ooh, I got an air spirit. Nice. Well,
Loot specialization set to devastation.
I'm gonna go back to Ogremar's cell. I don't like the placement of that portal. I think it's actually like one of the worst designs in the game right there, that portal. It's weird. Getting to it is fast, but it's annoying. It's a good portal. Getting to it is fast, but it's still like kind of in the back and annoying. But I mean, it's always been that way. Alliance is sort of annoying like that too, but they have a nice hallway. We don't. We have like a back room, you know, with like a portal. It's stupid. They have a nice hallway with portals all lined up in little sconces. The Horde just gets one single portal now in that little room. These loads are taking so long. I am fried, and I fear I may have to stop here. I am brain dead. It's been 22 hours, and I don't think I
Specialization set to devastation.
Can really keep going. I wanted to make sure that I was getting rested when I slept here.
Trading Post Barker says, hey friend, come check out our new items in the trading post. We just got a new shipment.
Yeah. Yep, and I'm gonna sell before I go to bed. $800 gold. Okay.
Option created.
425, 1,000.
Option created.
450. And these, I would say.
Gammon says, I need a new axe.
Okay.
Shiri says, and a good day to you too, Gammon.
Oh, I don't know.
Gammon says, my current one, it has cleaved one too many skulls.
That's a
Shiri
lot.
says, right, okay, what sort of axe be you looking for?
Option created.
Gammon says, one with which I can lay waste to my enemies and defend Orgrimmar. Shiri says, so, a two-handed axe then. Gammon says, acceptable. I must be able to protect this city. I, Gammon, will. Shiri says, save us, yes. Well, I hope the day we need saving never comes if it's all the same to ya.
Option created. A buyer has been found for your auction of bismuth. Option created.
Gammon says, I on the other hand will be watching, waiting. Shiri says, okay, say hi to Mina for me. Gammon says, farewell.
A buyer has been found for your auction of the right. Option created. A buyer has been found for your auction of the right. A buyer has been found for your auction of stunning sapphire. Auction created. Auction created. A buyer has been found for your auction of bloom chitin. A buyer has been found for your auction of stormacarp leather. Auction created. A buyer has been found for your auction of crystalline powder. Auction created.
Okay, and now,
Auction created.
I will stop. I am not going to torture myself. I'm not going to push any further than a day. I think I made it right where I think I kind of wanted to make it. It's like I didn't really make it as far as I wanted to make it, which was 24 hours. But no, I'm 3 hours away from reaching that, and I know that I'm not going to do it, and there's no reason to do it. So, so we're going to just get off all these games. I'm going to say I love you guys, and thank you for paying attention to me today. I really enjoyed doing World of Warcraft all day. It was a really good WoW launch, a really good WoW expansion launch, The War Within. Really great experience. It hits the mainstream in 3 days here, but the 4-day beta, or sorry, 4-day heroic edition was worth the $80. I enjoyed this day immensely. It's one of the most fun days I've had in a while. Tomorrow we get to do more of the same, but I'm going to definitely sleep and just take it easy and take care of my old middle-aged body, because I just sort of worked like a triple, I worked a triple. So just a reminder, guys, you've been watching Skycatlive, and I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. If you like what you saw here, come to my Twitch and give me a like, sub, or a follow, and I record all of these sessions, and this 21-hour and 20-minute session will be placed on my YouTube right now after I shut down this video and this recording. And I do not respond to my chat in real time if I even catch it, and I'm terribly sorry to you guys. I know that's a discredit to you guys, but I like recording, and I would prefer to just not interrupt the recordings. So, and thank you so much. Speaking of which, this 21-hour session will be placed on my YouTube along with other thousands of videos, some of which are starting to actually get good hits. See it? Some of them are actually getting some good hits and stuff. So here we go. Here's this one's going live as I kill the video here. I say thank you so much. Give me a like, sub, or a follow on my website, or come to Twitch and give me a like, sub, or come to my channel and see my thousands of videos. Thank you so much. You've been with Skycatlive. I love you so much. Thank you. Bye. That's the video gone, and the stream's gonna have to wind down, but yeah.